this state.
Russell and Dave Brown, and we're sitting right along ringside ready to go with another big week championship wrestling.
Boy,
David.
I tell you, we're going to kick this one off today with the Memphis Vice going against the Beach Boys. That should be a great opening match
sir,
here.
You betcha.
In addition to that, we'll have the Giant Hillbilly. New face Diesel Dan Styles will be here today.
Yeah, just a little background. I know he's an ex-trucker who decided to become a professional wrestler after wrestling all that freight and stuff around. Well, I'll tell you, he's something else, too.
He's going to be here today. Also, Big Joe LeDuc will be here. Bill Dundee, Rip Rogers, the Nightmares will be returning. And then a little bit later on, we will have the Mod Squad and Fire and Flame.
Fire and Flame, yeah. And I think that they are a newest member of the Dynasty from J.D. Costello's press releases. We'll have to wait and see what they are. By golly, we got a bunch. Let's get into it. Time out right now, and we'll be back with the Memphis Vice and the Beach Boys in just a moment.
You understand that, Lance? I want you right next to see this. Beach Bomb, boy. Beach Bomb.
Big Lou having lots to say along with Jerry Bryant. The Memphis Vice stepping in. And we're waiting now for the appearance of the Beach Boys. He'll have me saying Beach Bomb Jack. Here they come.
Out in the latest California attire. Yeah. All right, this one's going to be one fall 10-minute time limit. Memphis Vice wrestling out of Memphis, Tennessee. The Beach Boys wrestling out of California. Referee Jerry Calhoun says let's get it underway. Both these teams just about the same weight, just a few pounds separating them.
Big Lou makes a lot of difference in that because Lou will go just over 250 at least, and so he, I had that sound, and look at that drop kick, nailing both of them. That's Van Horn. Both of them wrestle now out of California, their adopted state. John Stewart, who's on the outside from Chicago. Van was from Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah, that sound that you mentioned there, I think we got trouble with the top rope of the ring. Something snapped.
Yep. Backdrop, and Big Lou down on the deck.
Well, Big Lou really a force when he stepped through the ring, through the ropes there into the ring.
What was this that they said they were going to do to the Beach Boys when they got him in the ring?
Yeah, it must feel like a giant wave hit him, right?
Biggest wave they ever saw. Well, we're still waiting.
There's Jerry Bryant in. A little double team from Memphis Vice. Whoa! Who got hit by the wave there, I wonder?
Boy, I'll tell you for a fact, Van Horn creating a little wave action of his own. And first, Van Horn ducked, and Jerry Bryant nailed his partner, Big Lou. And then he turned around and drop kicked Bryant right through the ropes and out on the floor. So it's Bryant Bryant and Van Horn back into action as we're underway with our opening bout here on Championship Wrestling today. Off the rope. Slammed down by Bryant. Looked like he might have been going at a flying press, and he waist locked him. Oh, big broad arm. Clotheslined him right off his feet.
Boy, he sure did. Left him for Lou Winston. Bryant has made the tag on Big Lou. Big Lou came in with a doubled up right fist. Van Horn off the rope. Ooh, he just ran right into Winston. Lou drops down with the upper arm, makes the tag on Jerry Bryant.
Firing across the ring. There it is. Power slam from Jerry Bryant. John Stewart has yet to be in the ring. It's been Van Horn all the way, David.
Van Horn has been kept in there a long time by Lou Winston and Jerry Bryant.
There's Big Lou hollering, "Shut up" again. Boy, he's got that "shut up" down pat.
It's his favorite slogan, I think. Suplex, and a good one by Bryant. Got to give it to him. He makes the tag on Lou Winston. Lou Winston in. Drops down with a knee across the back of the neck. Van Horn really has been worked over here the last couple of minutes. 3.5 minutes gone in this one.
Right hand puts Van Horn down, and there's a left leg that followed up behind it. Turnbuckle in the corner, rattling Van Horn's head off of it. He's trying to battle his way out, but he's caught in between both of the Memphis Vice. Not much chance of getting away from there. Big slam from Jerry Bryant.
Van Horn trying to reach for the tag on John Stewart, and he just missed it. Missed it by about 6 inches. Van Horn gets a drop kick. Can he get the tag? Yes, sir, he does. Here comes Stewart. John Stewart going after both the Memphis Vice. Winston is out of the ring. Jerry Bryant fired into the rope. Stewart dropped him over the back and covers one. Bryant called for Winston to come in, and he did.
Man, oh man, did he nail him.
All of them in there. Both the Beach Boys, both the Memphis Vice.
Out of control, and referee Jerry Bryant grabs Stewart. Oh!
Jerry Calhoun got nailed by Jerry Bryant with a right fist. Referee is going to call this one off, I can tell you. Now, is it going to be disqualification if he realizes who hit him? I guarantee you it's disqualification on Jerry Bryant and Lou Winston.
It is.
Yeah, that's it. The Beach Boys get the victory.
And the odd thing about it, with all the things that happened, that was an accidental situation where Stewart ducked.
That's true. That's true. 5 minutes, 5 seconds the time on it. Jerry Bryant and Lou Winston leaving here. The losers of the match to the Beach Boys, John Stewart and Van Horn.
Okay, doke, Dave. We've got more action coming up. Before we get into the ring again, we want to take time to say hi to Paul Diamond. Paul, out of Canada, I will say this, Paul, in reference to your situation with Joe LeDuc, of him having clipped your hair and all. I believe you got his attention, showed him you were a man.
Well, I got a message for Joe LeDuc, Lance. You know, Joe LeDuc, you thought you would make me a man by doing what you did to me. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, brother. I was already a man before I met you, and I proved that to you in the ring the other night. I'm not scared of you. Yeah, you're big, you're tough. You make all these faces. You think everybody should be scared of you. Well, you're looking at one guy right here that's not. I'm going to be on your tail every chance I get. So you better keep your eye on your shoulder, brother.
Yeah, you hear it from Paul Diamond, and there's a very dead serious young Canadian who is not letting Joe LeDuc scare him. We've got more action. Be back to it in just a moment. action! You betcha. Coming up Wednesday night, some kind of storm are brewing in the Evansville Coliseum in there. You're going to have such things as a Mid-America Championship match with no time, no disqualification. Hustler Rip Rogers belts the Mid-America title on the line against Dutch Mantell's hair.
That's right, Hustler Rip Rogers with my Mid-America belt and my beautiful hair. Because after Wednesday night, Dutch Mantell, that's right, Wednesday in Evansville, you'll be bald, baby. Bald in Evansville, and I'll still have my belt. Woo!
That's what the action's going to be about, and we'll find it out, as well as a new attire for J.D. Costello as his mod squad will be going against Jerry Lawler and the Giant Hillbilly, and J.D. will be there in a straitjacket.
Let me tell you one thing. Straitjackets are meant for the insane, the mentally deranged, not for the mastermind of professional wrestling like me. Well, let me tell you, Jerry Lawler, all you're trying to do is keep me out of the ring. Well, Spike and Basher are hell-bent and twisted to keep their Southern Tag Team belts. You better invent a straitjacket for my mouth, because that's why I instruct the mod squad with my mouth how to win a match when I get out there.
Well, we're going to find that out. It'll be interesting to see. And then a coward waves the flag match for the Southern Heavyweight title when Bill Dundee and Buddy Landell get it on, with Rip in the corner of Dundee and Dutch in the corner of...
That's right, and I'm going to tell you something. It's right up our alley, because by the time he's finished with Dutch Mantell, keeps his belt, he's going to be bald-headed, Daddy, and he ain't going to want to stay out there too long bald-headed, and he's going to be waving that flag. The first time Buddy looks over at him, looks in trouble, Dutch is going to wave it, mainly because he's going to be embarrassed because he's going to be bald-headed. But, Rip, you ain't going to wave that flag.
Never, Bill, never.
You ain't never. If I ask you and plead, you ain't going to do it, are you?
Never, Bill, never.
So there you go. So we got it right down our alley. I'm taking that. Should never been held up in the first place. Should never been held up in the first place. Well, Mantell, you're going to be bald-headed. I'm going to be the Southern champion. He's going to be the Mid-America champion. And maybe both you and Landell get out of Dodge.
No flag waving.
Wednesday night, you better be there.
This will be one fall 10-minute time limit. Across the way, it's Abdul Gaddafi and Keith Eric and Diesel Dan Styles. Our first look at him here today, teamed up with the Giant Hillbilly. Diesel Dan out of Marble, South Carolina. The Hillbilly out of Horn Lake, Mississippi.
Got him dressed out in some galluses there, too.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Diesel Dan starts for his team against the big Libyan, Abdul Gaddafi.
Former trucker Dan Styles is, and he has taken up professional wrestling. Comes in here today, our first look at him, and he's a pretty strong gentleman. In the air. And down goes. And boy, that is no easy task to be able to slam Gaddafi.
Gaddafi weighs in about 285, 286. Diesel Dan picked him up and slammed him.
Turns the arm. Goes for the wrist, and it's reversed on him.
Diesel Dan with a reversal. He's wrapping it up, putting a twist on the left arm. Now he bars it. Puts another little half twist on it. Hair pulling by Abdul Gaddafi stopped that as he yanked Styles back to the ropes. Reversal by Dan Styles. Good balance. And Diesel Dan ends up with the advantage. Gaddafi in the air and a body slam.
Straight up in the air, too, Dave. Boy, he drops an elbow right down behind. Yes, sir. Count of one. But Keith Eric comes in, and at the same time, Abdul Gaddafi kicks his way out of that one. Styles not letting up for a minute. Knows how to use that right fist as he pounds away on Abdul Gaddafi. Eric still has not been in legally.
Gaddafi up on his feet now. Not for long, though. Diesel Dan Styles puts the third body slam of this match on him. Goes for the cover. He's got him down there. Count of two. There again is Keith Eric to break it up at the 2 count. Gaddafi going for the eyes now and the throat as he backs Diesel Dan Styles into the corner. Whoa, there's some of the strength of Gaddafi as he threw Styles across the ring. Upper arm. Gaddafi drops down, but Diesel Dan Styles nowhere to be found. He had moved out of the way. Gaddafi gets to the corner and makes a tag. Here is Keith Eric.
Eric is no little guy himself, but boy, in this crowd, he's the peanut of the bunch.
You're right. He looks very small. Styles with a good body slam on him there. Styles over near the corner. The Giant Hillbilly has not been in the match yet. It's been all Diesel Dan. Our first look at him here on Championship Wrestling. 2 minutes, 55 seconds gone. Oh. Here's the Hillbilly. Look out. He sits down on him and covers. Count is
That's
two.
it.
I don't know how anybody could possibly get up from that cover anyway.
Boy, he had suffered a big slam from Diesel Dan, and then right in behind it, the Hillbilly comes with a big leg and gets the 1, 2, 3.
Joe LeDuc out here giving the Giant Hillbilly a problem at ringside.
Okay, out of the ring they go.
Uncle Elmer, who's that big boy over there? Take him back to that barn, that pigsty of yours.
Joe LeDuc hollering over at the Giant Hillbilly and Diesel Dan Styles. Okay, Joe LeDuc. Well, I see one thing. You didn't scare Paul Diamond off.
Listen to me, Lance Russell. You're not here to give your idea. I'm here today. All I did last week, Paul Diamond, is do what I said I was going to do. Cut your hair, make you look half decent, halfway like a man. You come out here and scream, I already was a man. Let me tell you something, Paul Diamond. I've seen men like you for the last 18 years of my life. And all of them have gone down. And you're no exception. You got short hair. You look a little bit better now. Take those pimples out of your face. Use that smell out of you. And you may be a man after I'm through with you. I've trained people before. Now, Paul Diamond, Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, if there's 8 days in a week, it don't make no difference to me. You want a lumberjack match? You got a lumberjack match, but you want to be a man? We're going to do it right. What do you want?
It's a lumberjack strap match that Paul Diamond's looking at.
You think I'm crazy? I'm not crazy. I'm insane. He said, Paul Diamond, next time I get in the ring with you, there'll be lumberjacks around the ring, but they'll all have straps in their hands. And every time you get out of that ring, they'll strap you and they'll whip you until you come back in the ring. And I can finish the job and show you what a real man is. I got short hair. Now, just because I cut your hair, you get mad? Look at the face at your mentor. And when I say down, Diamond, you go down. Check that out.
We're going to be seeing Joe LeDuc in a handicap match right now, Dave. The two guys he's going against already in the ring, and here comes Joe up to it.
Well, it's going to be handicap rules, one at a time against Joe LeDuc. Joe says he's so tough they got to put two against him, and well, he's right in a way. Referee saying, all right, let's go, one at a time. All right, the referee says LeDuc said he wanted both of them in there at the same time. He didn't want one at a time under the regular rule. Oh, Jim Jamison just runs into a big chop. That's Mike Murphy over in the corner that just got nailed by LeDuc. Jim Jamison thrown out of the ring through the rope. Now Joe LeDuc goes to work on Mike Murphy.
Boy, LeDuc, I tell you, he is such a force. He just brutalizes anybody that he's in there with. Puts Murphy down. Jamison snapped back in the ring over the top rope. There's that big clothesline forearm of Joe LeDuc. And with it all, he is versatile and he can move. He'll surprise you. Loves Murphy right across the chest. Nails Jamison again.
Jamison just turned a flip by Joe LeDuc. He just flipped him across there.
Whoa. Man, oh man. I got to tell you, one of the less desirable chores. Look at this. He piles one on the other, and he pinned them both at one time. Trash can pounding away on LeDuc. Here comes the Mod Squad and JD. Mod Squad holds him. Paul Diamond is assaulted from the second rope by Joe LeDuc. Help is on the way in the form of Tracy Smothers, David Haskins, Jeff Jarrett, Tojo Yamamoto. Mod Squad and Joe LeDuc take off. Paul Diamond nailed him hard, busted that head open. But Diamond is laying up.
Paul Diamond. You want to show everybody you're a man? No, you're not yet, boy. And I'm not through with you yet.
Well, one of the weird people,
Yes, indeed.
Joe LeDuc, ends up, along with the Mod Squad, busting Paul Diamond open. Joe's head was smacked open with that can that Diamond hit him with. He was brutalizing Mike Murphy and Jim Jamison, and Diamond came in right after the 1, 2, 3 and blasted him. Then comes the Mod Squad. We're going to take time out. Got more action in a moment. Good. Nice.
Tell you first that on Thursday, June the 26th, Clarksville, Tennessee is going to be running at the Northwest High School. Sponsors the Hilldale Civitan Club and Northwest High School. Tickets are on sale right now. Tuesday, July the 1st at Vincennes, Indiana at the Vincennes University Complex. And we're looking forward to telling you more about that coming up next week. I do, in fact, want to tell you about the 7 matches. Wednesday night at the Evansville Coliseum, something else. Diesel Dan Stiles will be going against a strong machine. Nightmares facing Jeff Jarrett and Pat Tanaka. Then Bam Bam Bigelow with Larry Sharp in his corner against Tracy Smothers. Mid-America title match with no time, no disqualification. The title against the hair of Dutch Mantell, as Rip Rogers will be defending. A lumberjack strap match, Joe LeDuc and Paul Diamond. A Southern tag title match with the Mod Squad against Lawler and the Giant Hillbilly JD in a straitjacket. Then the Coward Waves the Flag match for the Southern heavyweight title, Dundee and Landale. You got to be there and see it.
All right, next tag team match ready to go here. The superstar, Bill Dundee, hustler, Rip Rogers. Yeah, holding the belt up. Wants to remind everyone that he does, in fact, hold the belt. Going against him, it's going to be David Haskins and Tracy Smothers. And as soon as we get all the warm-up jackets handed out of the corner, we will be ready to get this one underway. Tracy Smothers waiting for his team. Got to be hustler Rip Rogers for his, and here we go.
Yeah, we've got Smothers and Haskins going against. This is quite a combination because currently Rip Rogers is the Mid-America champion.
Right.
And Bill Dundee most recently was the Southern heavyweight title holder. Nobody has that belt right at the moment, at this very second. And so you've got Smothers and Haskins going against a couple of rugged son of a gun. Tracy looking awfully big, awfully good. He's got all the physical tools. He's getting the experience. He looks better now than we've seen him in any time in his career. There's a tag on David Haskins, another good athlete, climbs through the ropes, drops an elbow on Rip Rogers. Rip goes to the hair, jerks him off his feet. There's Dundee.
Dundee just really pounding on David Haskins. Throws him over to the corner and says, make your tag, and he does. Here's Tracy Smothers. Dundee drops him off his feet, spins on a toe hold. Dundee back to the corner now. Makes the tag on the hustler, Rip Rogers, out of Seymour, Indiana.
Still to go. We've got the Nightmares returning to championship wrestling, first time in quite some time. Fire and Flame, brand new team, will be in there.
Yeah, with J.D. Costello in their corner. Dundee, Tracy Smothers going after each other here. Back in the corner. Dundee hops him open hand across the chest. Into the rope. Smothers bounced out of there, and Dundee was waiting for him. Dundee now makes the tag. Rip Rogers. He snaps Smothers back in a suplex. 2.5 minutes gone. Rip Rogers with a choke now on Tracy Smothers.
Right at the 3-minute mark as we have 7 minutes to go in this match. Dundee rams that head of his into the midsection, but look at that Smothers fight back. All right, Tracy.
Tracy started to the corner, but Rip Rogers grabbed his feet from outside, kept him away from the tag on Haskins. Now Tracy's close to the tag, and he gets it. Here comes David Haskins in. Haskins goes after Dundee. Look out behind. Here's Rip Rogers, and now watch out. You got to deal with both of them, David. Not a pleasant thought. Double clothesline. Tracy's in there. Got all four of them in the ring. Boy, Tracy sent Dundee scooting across the ring on his backside.
Pile driver while the referee was getting Tracy Smothers out of there. 2, 3, and that's it.
Yeah, they double-teamed on Haskins and got the pile driver on him. Rip Rogers is the one that put it on him. And now Smothers grabbed from behind by Rip Rogers. Dundee going in there after. Here comes Landell and Dutch Mantell. And there goes Dundee. There goes Rip Rogers. Let's clean the ring out. Tracy over now to help David Haskins, the victim of the pile driver. 3 minutes, 36 seconds the time. The win is going to go to Dundee and Rip Rogers.
Yeah, Buddy Landell, Dutch Mantell, in the nick of time as Dundee and Rogers double team David Haskins to pile drive.
You can just call me champ today if you want to. Seeing that everybody on TV, everybody everywhere seen the Nature Boy Buddy Landell put Bill Dundee in the figure 4, Daddy, and the end result was you can call me champ if you know what I'm talking about.
That's what you're saying.
Now put the belt up if you want to, but in their minds and in my mind, and everybody knows that the Nature Boy Buddy Landell walked out. The referee gave me the belt. The decision was that I'm the new Southern heavyweight champion. Now Bill Dundee likes to stack the matches at his odds, right? And I already knew something funny was going on when I heard him carrying his little 5'7", 205-pound frame down to the ring, jiggling like a dime store, Daddy. He had chains all over him. He had powder all over him. He's like a dime store, you know what I mean?
I should have knew all these tricks from when I was his partner, but he's still got a few left, I see. Let me tell you something, Bill Dundee. The belt's held up, and I don't care where it's at. But we got a coward waves a flag.
First time ever on a championship match.
Now, I'm not going to come out here and blow smoke up nobody's tail, okay, or make anybody try to believe what I'm trying to say right now. But you know as well as anybody that Dutch Mantell and myself have got a lot of bad blood between us. Yeah. Now, I'm not crazy about him, and he sure as hell ain't crazy about me, okay? But we got one thing in common. That's we're members of the I Hate Bill Dundee Club, Daddy. The president and the vice president right here, all right? Now, Dutch, now I don't know if that water's underneath the bridge or not, but I know one thing. I'm going to ask you one thing. If my bone is sticking out of my arm and I'm screaming and begging, I don't want you to wave that flag. Are you going to wave that flag?
I will not wave the flag if you don't want me to, and I don't think you want me to. I want to show the people right now something they're not going to see. They're not going to see this flag right here waving over my head, baby. It ain't going to do this. It ain't no way, because Dundee, I had a friend one time that told me a long time ago, and I thought he was a born fool when he told me this. But I found out he was right. He says, what comes around, goes around, comes around. And Dundee, it's all coming back on you, baby. And I ain't waving a flag, and I tell you, Buddy Landell is going to whoop you, Bill Dundee, like you stole a government mule, baby. He's going to take you right, left, upside down, and every way. And a coward waved the flag match, and you got the right man to wave it for you. The hustler, Rip Rogers. And Hustler, I'm going to kick your brains out too, baby. But the flag is not going to wave, and Buddy Landell is going to walk away from that ring after he gets through with you, Dundee, as the undisputed Southern heavyweight champion. Mark my words, baby.
Hey, what else can I say, brother? The main thing is, hey, you can call me champ now, or you can call me champ later. It ain't make no difference. The bottom line is, call me champ.
Buddy Landell and Bill Dundee will meet in an AWA Southern heavyweight title match in the near future. Landell will have Mantell in his corner with a flag, and Rip Rogers will be in Dundee. We'll tell you about that when it comes up. Time out now. We'll be back in just a moment. We're going to see him in the ring here in just a moment. We're going to stop and talk to him just a second before they get to it. Called by many, pound for pound, the toughest tag team that you will find in the country. We're talking about Ken Wayne and Danny Davis, the Nightmares, who are back here after a long absence.
A long absence, but you know what? We just can't wait, and I see nothing's changed. That old trumpet on your face has gotten bigger and bigger, and all these freeloaders out here, they're still getting it for nothing, I'm sure. But, baby, we're back to make some noise, and the Nightmares are going to make some noise, baby. That's right. You know, let me tell you about it right now. Wake the kids and call the neighbors, because you know you got the hillbilly, you got Mantell and Landell, and you got the Nightmares for the nasty stuff. Well, let me tell you something, baby. We're here for one reason and one reason only. And that's to take all you people down to where you belong. We take everybody down a step. We take you down a couple of steps. Because, you know, we realize we get in the ring with a lot of these goofs. We have to go down 2 steps, socially and morally, to go over them, baby. And we're going to beat them. Because, you know, when I was a little bitty boy, my daddy told me, get out. No, it was before then. Oh. He said, never hit a man when he's down. Kick him. It's a whole lot easier. So if they'll ring the bell, we'll get these peons out here, and we'll crush them like we'll everyone else in the area, baby.
Yes, Russell, you know it's a fact. You're looking at the greatest tag team combination that have ever put on a pretty face, baby, and that's the Nightmares.
That's definitely something you should try sometime. I always knew they had stars in their eyes, but never like that, David. We are ready for the action. This ought to be a good one, too. Nightmares going against Garmin and Trailer.
Could be a good one. The return of Ken Wayne, Danny Davis, the Nightmares. Jerry Calhoun, the referee, is making sure that all the hardware goes out of the ring. And let's see who's going to be starting. Looks like it'll be Ken starting for the Nightmares. Jerry Garmin starting for his team. This match will be 1 fall with a 10-minute time limit. Nightmares, first time back in the territory after a while.
Look at that wild hair.
That hair, isn't that incredible?
Yeah. It really is incredible.
It's orange, green, and blue, and we're not talking muted shades here. We're talking bright colors.
It's like they were scared by a kaleidoscope or something.
Got too close to a rainbow, maybe.
Yeah. Over the shoulder. But I'll tell you one thing, and we've always said it, whether they had a mask on, stars on their face, weird-looking hair, or whatever, pound for pound, these are two of the toughest guys you'll run across in a long, long time.
They are rugged. That's Danny Davis in there now. Drops a knee across the forehead of Jerry Garman. Jerry Garman and Benny Trader, both a couple of young guys out of Mississippi. Body slam by the Nightmare.
They never were Saints, but I understand that they're meaner now than they were the last time that we saw it. And that's saying a lot.
Jerry Garman, victim of the suplex. Ken picks him up. Referee started the count at 1. The Nightmare picks him up and says, "What are you doing? I'm not ready to pin him yet." Broad arm across the back. Danny Davis puts him into the ropes, drops him over the back, and the Nightmares have been in total, absolute control of this match for the first minute and a half.
Going for the eyes, and that's what you will go for when you're in trouble, or at least some will. Nightmares included. Danny Davis taking a few shots, fired into the rope, comes off with that foot flying. There's a tag on Ken Wayne. The Nightmare return to championship wrestling. Talking weird looking, I will agree with that. You won't forget him anytime.
No, you won't. Ken Wayne round behind Benny Traylor.
He's got him chin locked and sitting on his spine just in the opposite direction from the Boston Crab.
Yeah.
Escaped my mind.
Yeah, that's right. It puts exactly the opposite pressure on. Oh, Ken Wayne got the tag, and he also sat down hard on Benny Traylor.
Drove his face right down into the mat.
Round behind, it's Danny Davis. He's got a face lock on him now. Davis wanted to know if Benny Traylor wants to give it up. Traylor's yelling, not giving it up. Benny Traylor trying to power his way out of it, and he might have done it. Well, he is out of it, but he had his hair pulled in between times. Tag made by the Nightmares. Here's Ken Wayne over the rope with a boot. Boy, he came across there high and fast.
Just paused right at the top of it. Dave just held himself suspended off that rope and bam, fired that foot out.
Benny Traylor back up on his feet. Not for long. Ken Wayne knocked him down again. 3.5 minutes gone. 10-minute time limit match. Ken Wayne over to the corner. The Nightmares make the exchange as Danny Davis comes back in.
Benny well over in the corner of the Nightmares, a long way away from Jerry Garman, and with a double pressure point hold, Danny's trying to get a submission. Traylor saying no, 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 no. Garman and Traylor are a doggone good tag team in their own right. They're no cream puffs by a long shot. As you see Benny fighting his way back, but he's nailed from behind right in the lower back by the other Nightmare, Ken Wayne.
That stopped what might have been a tag on Jerry Garman, who's over in the corner. Benny running to the knee. Now the Nightmares want to make a tag. They do. Ken Wayne drops down with that knee across the forehead again.
I see it. Match is not over with, Danny, in case you hadn't noticed. They won't give it up. That's for a fact. You've been doing everything you can to make them give it up.
5 minutes gone now. 5 minutes into the action. Overall time limit 10 minutes. Look out. Benny Traylor thrown through the ropes, down onto the floor. Ken Wayne climbing the ropes. Jerry Garman around to help. Referee is telling Ken Wayne, get down off that top rope. Jerry Garman helps Benny Traylor back under the ropes, into the ring. Danny Davis picks him up. Suplex, drops him down. Tag made on Ken Wayne. Traylor, outstretched hand. Is he going to get the tag? No. Yeah, he did get the tag. Here comes Jerry Garman. Jerry's been out of the action for a long time. He kept Benny Traylor in there for several minutes.
Yes. And he's still the recipient of that action. Danny Davis pounding hard. Kicks him over on the rope. Flips him across the ring. Drop kick. Danny puts him down. Tags Ken Wayne. Another exchange.
Jerry Garman not having any more luck than Benny Traylor did, I'm afraid. As the Nightmares are just running wild here. They're pretty much doing what they want to do. Davis hits him up in the air. Drops him down.
Yeah, he did kind of a pile driver type effect, Dave.
Same effect. Ooh, and there comes Wayne off the ropes. Grabs the referee and said he's down. Count him. 1, 2.
And he does.
And wow. Danny Davis, Ken Wayne, the Nightmares are back with a vengeance and a victory in 6 minutes, 46 seconds of action.
6:46 of a very impressive action. The Nightmares looking very good as they dominated a good team, and Benny Traylor and Jerry Garman. The winners, the Nightmares.
Those are great. Now you can admit it.
I don't know why we should have to say anything. They'll say it all about themselves. We'll take time out, and we'll be back with more action in a moment.
7 full matches coming up Wednesday night. Boy, the Evansville Coliseum is going to be some kind of singing, and one of them is going to be a Mid-America title match with no time, no disqualification. The Mid-America belt with Rip Rogers is going to be in there against Dutch Mantell and his hair. Dutchman?
You know, when you back a man through the wall, some strange things can happen, and I'm intending them to happen in Evansville, Indiana. Now, Rogers, no big secret, I want that belt back, but not at the expense of my hair, baby. But if I lose, I'll cut every bit of it off in the middle of the ring. That's giving you an incentive to get in the ring and put that Mid-America belt on the line, baby. My name is Dirty Dutch Mantell, and Wednesday night I'm going to make good use of it. I'm going to walk out the Mid-America champion Wednesday night in Evansville, Indiana.
Well, he'll either have that title or he's going to be bald because it's no time, no disqualification. Then you're going to be seeing a Southern Tag title match in which Jerry Lawler, the giant hillbilly, will be going against the Mod Squad. JD's going to be in a straitjacket, Jerry.
That's right, Lance, and that is a very interesting stipulation, one that I want to thank the promotion for, because it's no secret to anybody. The J.D. Costello is there, and he can come out here and run his mouth and say that he doesn't interfere and that he doesn't help the Mod Squad win their matches, but we all know that that's a pack of lies. Now, the Mod Squad have J.D. for one reason, Lance, and that's because they realize that they are two inferior athletes and that without his help, without his interference, they wouldn't be wearing those titles. Now, what we realize also is that Wednesday night, he is going to be completely nullified because he is going to be wrapped up in that straitjacket, unable to help them at all, brother. And this is, like I said, the stipulation we've been waiting for, and it's what the fans have been waiting for, because they're going to realize and they're going to see that the Mod Squad cannot handle the King and the Giant Hillbilly without the help of J.D. It's time for the people to see some new Southern Tag Team champions, and that's what we're going to give them Wednesday night, Lance.
Yeah, this would be one of the biggest.
See how J.D. runs with that straitjacket on, because when we get through with the Mod Squad, we're after him.
Whoa, look out, Wednesday night. Of course, the Coward waves the flag match. He'll be there. All of it Wednesday night in Evansville.
Always a ring full when you have an 8-man tag team match. And boy, I tell you what, when you look at the folks who are in this one, we should be set for some kind of action coming up here in this expiration of time match. Referee will be Jerry Calhoun. On one side of the ring, you've got a team composed of Jeff Jarrett, Tracy Smothers, Pat Tanaka, Tojo Yamamoto. On the other side, it's the bunch from J.D. Costello's dynasty, the Mod Squad, and the new team, Fire and Flame.
Boy, you talking about a side that looks like it's stacked against them. Look at the size of the Mod Squad and Fire and Flame. This is our first look at them. They are much, much bigger than the opponents across the way. Jarrett, I don't know which is which. Maybe we can get J.D. to identify which is Fire and which is Flame.
That's Fire and that's Flame. You want to know which one we are by now, Lance Russell? Let me introduce my newest acquisitions, Fire and Flame, now part of J.D. Costello's Dynasty, the largest wrestling organization in the world today, Lance Russell.
I hear you talking about it and how it's growing.
Let me tell you why Fire and Flame are so good. They've been working out with Spike and Basher for the past 6 weeks, and I've been teaching them the way of the world, the way things are, the difference between winners and losers.
Yeah, well, we know how you go about winning, too. Mod Squad taking a little pounding from Tracy Smothers as Basher is banged off the board.
You know, Lance Russell, there are two types of wrestlers out around today. Those who are in my dynasty and those type of wrestlers who want to be in my dynasty.
Yeah, I've heard a few people turn you down right here on Championship Wrestling, J.D. Pat Tanaka comes in.
Fire and Flame, let me talk about him for a second. You know, I like to take fundamentally sound wrestlers and sculpture them into works of art like Spike and Basher. That's what we've got with Fire and Flame. You know, I motivate my men to dig deep down inside themselves to bring out the best they can offer match after match. I give them 100% as a manager. They give me 100% in the ring, and together we make a whole lot of money.
Yeah, well, I know you got the belts now. Here's Yamamoto following in the footsteps of Pat Tanaka and making it no easier for Spike, who was roughed up by Tanaka, and now Yamamoto going after him.
You know, under my guidance, Lance Russell, after a few weeks, there's a change in my men as they begin to look, act, and perform like champions, even if they don't have championship belts. Now look at Spike and Basher. Look at Fire and Flame. Some managers just sign the dotted line and let their men wrestle like slobs, Lance Russell. Not me. Spike and Basher, state of the art in tag team wrestling. Fire and Flame gonna be the same.
Well, Fire has entered the ring for the first time. Boy, he is a big blocky one too, even bigger than the Mod Squad, and Flame rips him from the outside as Basher takes over.
You know, Lance, I'm a happy man. My dynasty is growing by leaps and bounds. At the top of the stack, the cream of the crop, Spike and Basher holding the most prestigious belts in the world today, the Southern Tag Team Championship. You know, many teams want our belts. Many teams want them so bad they can taste them, but when they get into the ring with Spike and Basher, all they taste is their own blood.
Well, we've heard it before, J.D., and of course all is yet to be proven inside the ring. True, the Mod Squad has the Southern belt, and you bring another team in here cut after a similar mold, only even bigger, taking up.
Sorry, look at Tanaka right now. He looks like a steer in a slaughterhouse. His days are numbered, his moments are numbered. He knows it's over with for him.
Tanaka being brutalized by Fire. Pounding him down, and now in comes Basher.
Boy, what an awesome team on this side over here.
Yeah, really.
Ooh.
I was just looking at the size of this Fire and Flame.
They're huge.
Unreal.
They are, the Mod Squad are big, but boy, Fire and Flame are incredibly bigger.
Pat Tanaka taking quite a shellacking in there right now as Fire comes through the rope. And this Tanaka is a fine young wrestler. But he is now coming back, makes the tag, and who is it? Tracy Smothers.
Tracy made a tactical error there. He went after a man who was outside. Everybody in the ring now.
Yamamoto dumped outside.
One of
Fire.
Oh.
Right on Tracy, that Fire was thrown. Now that's the kind of thing, J.D., that is going to get you thrown out of wrestling.
We're going to be selling some Churros Tracy Smothers burgers after the match, Lance Russell.
Very funny. Take your men and get on out of here. Tracy Smothers caught the brunt of that fire as he cut loose with it.
Oh, time on it was 4 minutes, 43 seconds. Fire and flame. It was flame that threw the fire and hit Tracy Smothers as the wrestler Fire was holding him up.
Let's take a look at it, Dave. We got a replay on this son of a gun. I'd like to see exactly again. Now look at here.
Tracy right there. And there he threw the fire right under his chin. Got him right on the top part of the chest here.
Got his back as he rolled over on it. No place for it. No place for it. We're going to take time out. We're going to be back with more championship wrestling after we check the time. Not only our lives, but everybody else's life is going to be a little more unpleasant with fire and flame around here.
Right.
Man, that just really irritates me. It has nothing to do with wrestling. J.D. Costello's interested in one thing, and that's the money. If it involves maiming people, anything to make his people look big and better than anybody else, it doesn't do that in my eyes. But, boy, I'll tell you, poor Tracy really caught it right there, Dave.
Yeah, well, and it ends up Fire and Flame and the Mod Squad get the victory in that 8-man tag team match because the referee did not see the fire, and he counted out Tracy Smothers. Nightmares returned to championship wrestling today with an impressive victory. Bill Dundee, Rip Rogers won their match. Joe LeDuc beat 2 men today. Giant Hillbilly, Diesel Dan Sykes, he looked good as the Hillbillies partners. They got a win. And the Beach Boys defeated the Memphis Vice on disqualification.
Disqualification. Son of a gun, it was a busy day, but by golly, we got another one next week, and I'm looking forward to it. Until that time, for Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the crew.
Just want to serve my country, be the best fighter pilot in Navy, sir.
Top Gun, rated PG. Now showing at Show Place North and East Park. Check paper for times.
The search for gold is on at your Gibson appliance dealer. Shop your local area dealer for Gibson values. Save on Gibson refrigerators, freezers, washers, dryers, dishwashers, and more. All true Gibson quality at great Gibson golden values. Kirby's in Evansville is loaded with fantastic Gibson appliances, all at golden value prices. And for rock bottom prices on top